Hey, what's going on? Derek Ross here, and I'm going to go over a brief tutorial on how to get started vibe coding with stacks in the MKStack template. With this, you'll be able to start building applications on Nostr by just talking to your favorite dork. Who's your favorite dork? Well, we'll figure that out here in a minute. To get started, you need to install Node.js on your computer. You can install this for Windows, for Linux, for Mac OS. You just need to visit nodejs.org and click on the download button. From there, you can choose your application package and how you need to install it. Just follow the commands, copy and paste them into your terminal, and you'll have npm Node.js installed. From there, we're ready to get started. You're going to go to getstacks.dev. Getstacks is the website where we will clone all of the tools to talk to our AI friends that are going to build these Nostr applications. So you'll go to getstacks.dev, and you're going to look at all the different templates there, but we only need to worry about one of them today. We're going to worry about the template called MKStack. What this is the template with all of the tools, all of the libraries, all of the text to make AI agents and LLMs understand how Nostr works and how Nostr functions. It has all of the code snippets, all of the technical know-how to get started building, and you don't have to know any of that. You just have to know what you want to build. So once you have Node.js installed, you're going to go down here and you're going to click on the copy button to copy the command to install the stacks software. You're going to go over to your terminal and you're going to paste it. You're going to hit enter. Next, you're going to copy the string of text to actually get started, where it's going to clone the template to start building. So you're going to copy and paste that and hit enter. And it's going to ask you to pick a name for your project. I'm going to call mine PV for Pura Vida. And it's going to clone all the template files to get started. If you haven't ran this before, you're going to be prompted here to choose an LLM, to choose which AI you want to use. You can use OpenRouter, you can use Routester, PPQ, and so forth. You're going to enter the LLM you wish to use, and you're going to copy and paste in the API key. Once you paste in the API key and choose your LLM, your model, you're ready to go. You're presented with Dork. Like I said earlier, we're going to tell Dork what to do, and he's going to build for us. Dork is your agent that interprets everything you say and sends it over to the large language model. Sends it over to the AI to build it. It also communicates with the context, all the hints, all the technology resources, and all the tools that we have at our disposal as part of this template. So to get started, I'm going to say that I want to build a Nostr application that only allows me to say PV and Pura Vida. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I typed out my prompt that says build a Nostr social application called Pura Vida that only allows the logged in user to respond and reply to kind one notes with a PV message, and only that. This reply is sent by clicking on a PV button. The theme of the website is green. The website is responsive and modern. That's a fairly simple prompt. What it's going to do is it's going to build this social application and hopefully only allow replies to kind one notes. Let's see how it does. While it's building, let's talk a little bit about what we're doing here. As you can see, it's laying out the structure for the application. If you're not overly technical, you don't really care about any of this. But if you want to see what's going on, it's already using all of the built-in authorization components, all of the user interface components, all of the context and all of the hooks, all the libraries, everything that a human developer added to all of this. The AI is now using all of these tools and all these components to build our application. And whenever it's done, we should be able to log in, see social messages, and respond with a PV. Now, if you want to build a more complicated application with more Nostr nips, with more complexity, you can absolutely do that. But sometimes the AI requires a little bit more information from you with much longer prompts specifying nips to use and specifying kind numbers to use. And maybe you want to talk about using Blossom or another type of Nostr technology. So to do that, we're going to go over to Nostr Hub. NostrHub.io is another tool that I use for every single application that I use. It allows me to easily search through all of the various Nostr nips. So for example, if I wanted to do, let's say, a application with images, and I knew what the picture nip was, but I didn't know the number, I can type in picture and search, and here's all the information that I need. So I can use this to come up with a better prompt if I need to. Now also, to get a little bit more technical and a little more complex, maybe I want to talk about using Blossom for uploading files and so forth. So I go to nostrify.dev because this is the website that is the underlying library that Stacks is using. So then I can go over here to get started. I can scroll down through here and say, oh, it does use Blossom, and I can read a little bit more about it. So then I can talk about some of these features that I want Blossom to use. This is just an example. You don't have to do this all of the time, but it sometimes does help for more complex and more longer thought out prompts to have a better understanding of some of the technology that you're going to be talking about. For simple applications, you don't need to do this, but I've found that it does help for more complex ones. So let's check on Dork here. Let's see what Dork is doing. It looks like Dork wrote a bunch of code here, a bunch of files. He might actually be done. Let's scroll down to the way down to the bottom here and see where he's at. He's still working. He's looking at the index.html file, probably almost done. Here momentarily we'll be able to launch the application and test it locally, or if we want to, we can go ahead and deploy it to the internet for anybody to begin using it, anybody to start using it, because the Stacks template and application has a built-in deploy function. We'll test that here in a moment. Okay, Dork has finished and gives us a nice summary of what it implemented. It says that Pura Vida is a Nostr social application with all the requested features, such as PV-only replies, a green theme, and a responsive and modern user interface. So we can continue prompting if we want to right now, or we can exit and check out the application, or we can exit and deploy the application. We'll show you both methods here. So I have another window open here. I'm going to change directory into my PV directory because that's what I said I wanted to call the application. And now I'm going to type npm dev run. This is, oops, nope, it's run dev. npm run dev. I'm going to run the dev command. My bad. Now I'm going to open it up and I'm going to take a look at it. It looks like it has automatically shown notes in the global feed. This is my friend Marcelenio. I'm going to give him a PV right now. Let's take a look at this and see what it's going to do. It's sending a kind one reply. That's what we want. Okay, I'm going to confirm that. So I just sent a PV to him. This looks like it's working as expected. And that's all we can do. We can refresh and we can post PVs. We're spreading positivity. So this looks like it worked fairly well. Let's deploy this for everybody else to take a look at the application. So I'm going to go back to my terminal here, and I'm going to hit Control-C to cancel. I'm going to hit the up arrow, and I'm going to go back and delete dev and say run deploy. And I'm going to deploy the application. Okay, my application has been successfully deployed. Here is my URL. It's a brand new generated npub. I'm going to right click on it and I'm going to say open link. And it deploys it to this brand new npub on nostrdeploy.com. I'm going to log in with my extension. It's going to read my key. And I'm going to allow it to log me in. And I'm going to scroll down through the feed here, and this guy here, I'm going to give him a PV. And I'm going to scroll down here, and there's lots of work to be done here. I'm going to give my friend Tanel PV. And right now I'm checking my Nostr Amethyst application, and I see a whole bunch of PVs that I've been sending. So this absolutely works. Maybe it needs a little bit of tweaking. Maybe I only want it to show from my follows. And you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do this live. Anything else? The social feed should only be from users that the logged in user follows. Okay, so now it's going to add this feature, and whenever we reload the application locally, I should only see content from people that I follow. Okay, Dork is done implementing this feature. Now my feed is just my feed. It is just people that I follow. And as you can see here, it says your feed notes from 1,303 people you follow. And that's correct. That's how many people I follow. So tags are rendering properly. And actually, here's 2 PVs that I just sent. So it's showing my own PV. So I could PV myself. But I can scroll down here and I can PV friends all day long. Now let's go through and deploy the latest version of the application. Let's scroll up here. I typed in npm run deploy, and the application automatically found my existing npub for this application, and it updated the files and redeployed. So that means my latest version, whenever I refresh here on the live on the web, should now be shown. Okay, I was able to fix it by doing a hard refresh. Just I held in Shift F5 and it all works. As you can see, the URL is the same URL that was deployed over here. I just need to refresh my data. But PVs are working. And it's deployed for the world to see, from concept to deployment in a matter of minutes. Thanks for watching.